It was just breathing techniques along with visualization, and they're just following this ancient Eastern medicine.
How did breathing techniques help your bench?
So there's some breathing techniques I'm sure you do in martial arts, right? You put your tongue behind your teeth, and you can start to breathe in deeply. And if you start to visualize bringing energy down through the crown of your head and then meeting it kind of like in the just below your belly button there, you can just start to build more energy, more power. You're just focusing energy. That's all you're doing. And then if you visualize yourself lifting the weight, you're going to lift it heavier. And so
How much heavier?
there's a bunch of research. You could look up tons of different strength-based task studies that show that visualization increases strength. Like, for example,
So that's just kind of a kind of visualization, you think? That breathing exercise?
I was just stacking what was known as like basic PETLEP imagery, PETTLEP imagery, along with these breathing techniques and visualizing a specific way.
Oh, I thought that when they say visualization helps performance, I thought it was like long term. I didn't think it was like right before they did a thing. I thought
I think it's
it
both.
was like part of training.
I think, okay, so there's two types, right? So there's like, for example, there's literally a study you could look up, and it's like a bicep curl. They did this study. There's 4 different groups. The first group just didn't do anything. The second group just did bicep physical curl. The third group did bicep curl plus visualization of doing curls. The fourth group did just visualization. The group that did just the bicep curl and the group that did just the visualization performed the same. They had the same increase in strength, and the group that performed the best was the one that did the visualization plus the bicep curl.
Interesting.
And so there's a bunch of studies like that that just show how when you just stack these different tools together, they can be beneficial. Yes, in the short term. For like a fighter, for example, like this is what I'm training my guys. When we go into fight camp, every single time, we're just training the subconscious to be comfortable being in the setting and just training the subconscious mind, right? We're just wiring, just digging in those grooves of like, this is what's going to feel like. This is going to be the experience, and just wiring it in a way of having success. And then what I do is I notice, I'm like, how do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel as we go along here? It's like, oh, there's doubt that's coming up. Boom, let's go in there. Let's get rid of that. And it's not an intellectual thing to remove doubt. It's a feeling thing in the body. And honestly, I don't care what we call it. We call it in the chakra. We call it just feeling in the body. You can say, all right, I feel doubt coming up right now at this point in the fight. Why? Well, I have this memory that's created this scar tissue within my nervous system right now because this has happened before, that I believe if I try to do this, then something bad is going to happen. I'm going to lose a fight.
Right.
So we need to actually accept that, right? Zen proverb, what I can't accept won't change. So you use these breathing techniques to accept your way through it. The body kind of relaxes through it. And then we let it go. And then we choose the opposite belief. And that's the alchemy of the process.
Do you know how many people were involved in the study that showed that the visualization right before the performance was better? Jamie, did you find it?
It's a different one. This is about hip
Different one?
flexors.
Hip flexors.
Yeah,
Interesting.
there's a bunch of them out there, though.
Study whether mental training alone can produce a gain in muscular strength. 30 male university athletes, including football, basketball, and rugby players, were randomly assigned to perform mental training of their hip flexor muscles, to use weight machines to physically exercise their hip flexors, or to form a control group which received neither mental nor physical training. The hip strength of each group was measured before and after training. Physical strength was increased by 24% through mental practice. Strength was also increased through physical training by 28%, but did not change significantly in the control condition, whatever that means. What does
that
that
just
mean?
means that people who didn't do anything. They didn't visualize, and they didn't do
Oh, in the
hip flex
control
exercise.
group.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get it. I thought they were saying a different thing. The strength gain was greatest amongst football players. Given mental training, mental and physical training produced similar decreases in heart rate, and both yielded a marginal reduction in systolic blood pressure. The results support the related findings of whoever that is, that giant name. Interesting, very interesting. So it definitely has an effect. And it seems like it definitely has a positive effect right before you're performing any kind of athletics.
Yeah, and I think these studies are over like at least a 6-week period of time. So if you want to see like strength-based tasks improve over time, like they're incrementally getting stronger, right? It's not just then. They're kind of maintaining that strength, I imagine, as long as they continue to do the visualization.
Yeah, I wonder, that's the thing is like most people that go to the gym, like most people who are listening to this have regular jobs. If they go to the gym, they don't go visualize.
Yeah, this is peak
Like-
performance stuff we're talking about.
Yeah.
All right, this is pro
But
athlete,
still,
this is elite.
don't you? If you're trying to get better, like what way to you want to get better? This is good for you too.
Yeah.
I know it sucks. You don't want to visualize your kettlebell routines and visualize your muscles growing afterwards, but it might be worth a go. I'd like to hear from some people that try it. Because if that kind of results, that's pretty.
Oh, it's crazy.
That's pretty nutty, man.
So, like I'm saying, like I did this stuff, and then I actually abandoned my football career because I liked it so much. And I went on and did research. I got a research grant just to look at the effect of using some of these techniques on bench press and performance, and also decreasing anxiety. Because for me, I realized when I was 18, 19, I had crazy anxiety. So I was like, all right, this stuff is helping. You know, call it meditation, hypnosis, whatever you mean. If you can progressively relax yourself, right, sitting in a float tank, right, if you can just
Right.
do that, if you can progressively relax yourself, your anxiety is going to go down, your cortisol levels are going to go down, the whole body's going to thrive. And this is actually like connected to so much that has to do with our health, kind of come a full circle, is I see so much. All the professional athletes come to me with these injuries, the physical therapist working on it. Nothing's happening. It's just a nagging injury. Every single time, if I can relax them enough and I can get to the root emotional core of whatever's creating this pain for them, and it's usually emotional. It's actually like a memory or some kind of mental block, like the governor is coming in, right? I'll see it, some guys in like the lower minor leagues, he's trying to go up to the major leagues. And it's like these things will just start to express themselves when they're just about to get to that next level. And if we can move through the emotional side of it, the pain disappears.
Right, but not in all injuries, right? Like, there's got to be like legitimate injuries where guys blow their meniscus out, guys have broken shin bones that have
Yes,
to be
I would say
reconstructed.
stuff that can't be explained. Like a lot of times, right, you go to the doctor, like, I don't know what your issue is. Right? That happens all the time.
Okay, well, that's a different thing. I mean, the realities of physical injuries that guys get from combat sports training are real.
Sure,
like,
sure.
if you have bulging discs in your neck and your arm goes numb, it's a real problem.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just an emotional thing.
Well, I'm speaking about things that are like nagging and you're doing the physical therapy and it's not working.
Right.
Okay? If that's
Okay.
you, then
Okay.
that's
So
the
yeah,
path
we got to
to
be
figure out.
specific, right? So you're talking about like weird stuff that does come up